Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates.
It's easy to set a young heart on the run, to see it crashing out the sky, falling one by one. Walking alone on the coldest night. There's nothing I can ever say to change your mind. I gotta live without your love. We've said goodbye.
Alright, time to get some airy feeling inside and obviously to make a bed here. Now the good news is that this thing is finally working, this Samsung tablet, so I can actually operate everything and more by using, you know, the touch controls here. Yeah, interior lighting, climate control, sun protection, seats, everything can be operated from here, or you can do it with that touchscreen system as well. So right now I'm just going to make a bed for me. Meanwhile, Jeeves is driving the car, and Jeeves is very kind enough to drive the car very nicely and smoothly, but Jeeves gets a little upset when I call Jeeves, so that's why Jeeves just stops the car randomly in between as well. So here we are. As you can see, the seat is going to go all the way ahead, which I've already shown you from the outside, but I'm showing it to you from my point of view right now, and this thing comes out. All the controls are here as well, which makes it so easy to operate, but you know, you can actually get it out too, but somehow that function is not working. Here you can easily put your leg, which makes it extremely comfortable and smooth too. So that is the situation right now, guys, and I know there is something which I missed telling you, so we're just going to do that right now. So first and foremost, let's get this seat back into position as well, which means pressing this button right here, and obviously everything is going to get back into place. Meanwhile, let me show you another nice thing which I missed out on. Can you see what's written here? Yeah, can you see that? Obviously you cannot see that because I have to open both the doors. I'm just waiting for the seat to get back into position, and I love the car so much, you have no idea. It is so freaking comfortable and good to drive, which is a rare occurrence for a car which is so long and heavy as well, but it doesn't feel the weight at all thanks to carbon core structure. And talking about carbon core structure, that is exactly what I wanted to show you right now. Carbon core is actually written between the B and C pillar. No, it's actually written on the B pillar itself, so it's written right there. So we're just going to open the door, and there it says carbon core BMW. That's super duper cool and nice as well. Alright, we're all set to go, which means turning off the air conditioning, massage is off, ventilation is off, cooling is off, everything is off. First I'm going to get into drive, and now we're going to get into reversing assistant. So here, okay, what am I trying to do? I'm just showing you how this reversing assistant works. Somehow I forgot about this, but you know, see, I'm making steering movements right now, and they're a little aggressive just to have some glamour right now when I'm going to get into reverse. Anyways, once I get into reverse, here we are in reverse, and just see the steering wheel, okay, and there. So the steering wheel will exactly follow the same pattern which I was doing earlier, so that when you're getting out of parking, it is easier to get inside parking. Yeah, getting out is always easy, getting in is the tough challenge. And there, see, you can see the steering inputs are aggressive. Anyways, thank you so much, BMW. It's time to get into sport mode. We're in sport mode here, into sport gearbox, getting traction control into sport mode as well. And this thing needs to go, so here we get into menu. Hey BMW sport displays. Hey BMW sport displays.
Sport displays.
Thank you. Any which ways, we are all set to go, which means left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, revving the motor, revs to 2.5, and oh my god, the wheel spin came out of nowhere, and here we are off. So this car is powered by a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder motor which produces 265 horsepower and 620 Newton meters of torque. The performance is very lively. This engine is such a fab motor. It's an inline 6-cylinder motor, and it feels supremely refined. You can barely hear anything inside the cabin. That is the level of refinement on offer, and it's a very punchy motor as well. However, power delivery is very linear, not to actually surprise you or shock you, because this is after all a luxury car, which means that 0 to 100 km per hour takes 6.2 seconds. Top speed, well, that happens to be limited to 250 km per hour. Performance is is really very nice. There's good amount of low end punch, mid range is also very strong, and it actually loves to go all the way till the red line, which is marked above 5000 RPM. The performance is so good that there is actually wheel spin which happens, and right now traction control hasn't been turned off completely, but there is actually wheel spin which is happening. Now obviously power is channeled to the rear wheels of this vehicle, and I love the fact how this motor is so freaking refined, but I hate the fact that there are no paddle shifters. In a car which costs rupees 1.6 crores, there are no freaking paddle shifters. It was a shock to me. I was actually searching, have they fallen somewhere? I was actually going into cubby holes, going everywhere inside the car, below the seat as well, trying to find the paddle shifters, but they are not there, which is absolute shock for me. But you can manually take control of things using the Triptronic function on the gear lever here. Yeah, we are actually downshifting, and there, as I punch the motor hard, it will not hold on to a gear. It will upshift just under 5000 RPM, although red line is marked at 5000 RPM. Refinement levels are nice, but the motor actually gets quite sporty as soon as you get into the top end beyond 3000 RPM. Love the fact that a BMW 7 Series makes so much noise with a wheel spin. So the car is absolutely mind-boggling to drive, because what BMW has done has made it quite light. Yes, it weighs 105 kgs less than its predecessor. I'm not talking about the pre-facelift, I'm talking about the last generation. This G11 model actually weighs only 1795 kgs, which is actually quite light. Yes, it's a light car somehow. How is it light? Well, BMW uses CFRP, carbon fiber reinforced polymer. It uses aluminium. It uses high strength steel. It has a carbon core structure as well. Actually, they have written it on the B pillar behind both the doors, carbon core. So because of that, there's a lot of weight saving on offer, and that weight saving really benefits the vehicle to a large extent, and that's the reason it feels very light and agile somehow. A car which measures 5.2 meters in length with a 3.2 meter wheelbase has no freaking business to have such quick lane changes. But this being a BMW, has a BMW DNA, it just feels so agile, nimble and sharp as well. The steering is beautiful. No, not only to look at, but also in terms of driving dynamics, because it's so freaking fluid. It's light at lower speeds, weighs up brilliantly at higher speeds, and you know what, I have to deliberately change lanes because it is so freaking feedback rich. It's such a beautiful steering. This car actually loves going through the corners. For a limousine, by far the best driving limousine in the world. Sorry, Mercedes S-Class and the Audi A8 and the Jaguar XJL, and I mean the XJ is also pretty nice, but this one is just in another league altogether. There's so much grip on offer. There's grip all the time, every time. Get hard on the gas and it will surprise you by pulling hard and fast, but it also feels so reassuring to drive. It puts a massive smile on your face with the sure-footed driving dynamics. But BMW is obviously stiff and stuff, and that is the usual case with most BMW cars, which means that yes, the ride quality is a bit on the stiffer side. So is this the only engine on offer for the BMW 7 Series? No. For the diesel, yes, there's only one diesel motor known as the 730Ld. But for petrol, there are three other options. There's a 740Li, which costs rupees 2 lakhs less than this car. And there is the 745Li as well, which is a hybrid actually. And there is the mind-boggling 12-cylinder 760Li as well. Now, this diesel is available in 3 trims. Actually, DPE is the name of the variant. It stands for Design Pure Excellence. And in that, we have 3 trim levels. Now, this is the top of the line, which costs rupees 1.62 crores. And the other 2 are actually priced lower. However, there's some amount of equipment which is missing, like paddle shifters. OMG, where are the paddle shifters? Now, talking about the gearbox, it's made it to a 8-speed ZF source stock converter gearbox, which is really very fast with shifts. Although the engine remains the same as the predecessor, however, BMW has made changes to the gearbox of this vehicle. It's supremely responsive, very quick with shifts, and extremely refined as well. And talking about refinement, BMW has actually improved the overall refinement of the vehicle, not from the engine perspective, but from overall insulation inside the cabin. You can barely hear anything. Road noise, wind noise, cabin noise, engine noise, nothing is heard inside the cabin. It is so freaking silent and refined inside, because they've just added so much sound deadening material as well to the vehicle, which makes it super smooth and super refined for longer journeys. And highway stability is super duper awesome as well. It actually tracks straight, dead in a line, doesn't move at all, offers great amount of comfort thanks to a lot of aerodynamic efficiency as well. And talking about comfort, even on these low profile tires, ride quality is pretty good. Yes, you can feel that inherent harshness. However, for the most part, ride quality is quite good. It's only bad bumps, which catch out the car. But no, this is not a Mercedes S-Class in terms of ride quality. However, the S-Class can't match the BMW 7 Series in terms of handling dynamics, because so good is the car. Yes, there is some amount of body roll on offer considering the weight as well as the length of the vehicle. However, you know, it just bellies its weight and size because it just handles so brilliantly well. Overall ride quality is good enough, I would say. You know what, the ground clearance might be low, but you can raise the ground clearance by pressing a button. But for the most part, you don't have any issue with the ground clearance. And the good thing, the best thing here is the fact that the suspension actually lowers itself as you reach a certain speed in order to improve aerodynamic efficiency. So aerodynamic is actually the name of the game for BMW. In fact, coefficient of drag is also quite good for a limousine of this size and weight. And weight and size is something we have discussed so much, it's just got over me. So we're going to discuss about more stuff related to the driving dynamics of this vehicle. So like I was telling you, steering is great. Body roll, although is present, is very well contained for the most part. Steering, I mean, I can keep going praising the steering endlessly because BMW really does a great steering on almost all of its cars. So there are actually 7 drive modes on offer. Yes, that's right, 7 freaking drive modes on offer. All the 3 drive modes, which is Eco Pro, Comfort as well as Sport, get a standard setting. Meanwhile, in Comfort you also have a plus setting, and in terms of Eco Pro as well as Sport, you also have an individual setting. So what does it alter? It alters the engine, the gearbox, the transmission, which is the gearbox actually, as well as the suspension system of this vehicle. It also alters the steering feel, and in Sport mode it also alters the dynamic seat, which actually, you know, pushes you the other side from the lumbar side to hold you firmly when you're cornering hard in this vehicle. Now it obviously gets air suspension system, self-leveling air suspension on all individual wheels, and air suspension works brilliantly well to keep the car poised as well as offer great amount of comfort. And talking about comfort, the 7 Series really blends both ride and handling balance beautifully well. It feels supremely punchy. I love the fact that this engine actually makes you feel that you're not driving a limousine, you're driving a sort of a sports car, and that is what really makes the 7 Series shine so much. It's a brilliant balance between ride, handling, comfort, luxury. And for a change, BMW's LCI, aka Life Cycle Impulse, has comprehensive updates, which is usually not the case because when BMW gives a facelift, you can barely notice. But the 7 Series has really improved leaps and bounds and is such an attractive proposition. If you're looking for outright comfort or want to sit in the rear bench alone, well, then probably the Mercedes S-Class will appeal more to you. However, if you plan to take to the wheel occasionally or even frequently for that matter, the 7 Series is still hard to beat. It's such a fantastic car. It doesn't feel its weight, it handles like a charm, has a lot of comfort, luxury, technology, features, equipment, you name it, it has almost everything. And for the price, it is absolute bang for the buck. So guys, this is my vlog of the BMW 7 Series, the 730Ld DPE design pure excellence trim. And if you liked it, you know what you have to do, give it a thumbs up, that's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye. So 2 days after actually shooting the vlog of the 7 Series, I have a lot more to talk about. Well, this car is like an encyclopedia, or probably I'm trying to make an encyclopedia of the 7 Series. I did not talk about the modes of the vehicle. Like I did mention what are the modes, and there's another mode called adaptive, which will actually alter the vehicle's various parameters basis your driving style. However, these modes actually alter the car dramatically. You know, the difference is humongous. And when I say humongous, I really mean humongous, because in comfort mode, it is just so freaking comfortable. The suspension offers great ride quality and the steering is light as well. In Eco Pro, the steering feels similar to the comfort mode in terms of lightness, but it tries to preserve fuel. Honestly, if you own a 7 Series, you really don't care about fuel consumption, but we should still mention the same. It returns between 8 to 12 kilometers per liter depending on your driving style, but on a full tank of fuel, it will go a lot. I think it should go around 800 kilometers because it has a tank capacity of 80 liters. Yes, that's right. Now in sport mode, the steering obviously firms up, the suspension also firms up, the ground clearance actually reduces, and the engine gives it all the power it has, and the gearbox is also more alert to shifts. So it just feels so much better to drive in sport mode. But no matter how hard I try, I just can't feel like I'm driving a limousine, because that is the level of driving dynamics offered by BMW with the 7 Series. It is so freaking comfortable, it is so freaking refined, it's so easy to drive this car, especially at lower speeds. You can't feel any weight whatsoever. I'm so impressed. I'm like, I've been driving this car since morning. Right now the time is almost 4:30 and I'm still driving it, and I can't get enough of the BMW 7 Series. That's how brilliant a vehicle it is.
Hello.
And
What can I help you with?
Yeah, this lady just wakes up randomly and talks to me. I'm not lonely right now. Anyways, the thing is, the braking performance is absolutely surreal. I mean, I don't know where the weight has been hidden, but you don't feel any weight whatsoever in the BMW 7 Series. And in terms of braking performance also, it's super duper strong. It doesn't feel at all nose heavy in spite of that 3 kilometer long hood or that 5 kilometer long body. It is so sure-footed. The brakes are lovely on this vehicle. So guys, this is my vlog of the BMW 7 Series, and I honestly cannot wait to drive the 760Li. That would be something with the 12 cylinders. But as I see it, this is one of the best cars in the segment. This vlog has gone real long, but trust me, this is a car you need to experience to understand how sportiness, or rather sports and fun dynamic driving works along with luxury, comfort and technology. Bye bye.